Do you want to change the quality of your life? I can show you how to do this. I've done it myself. You got to quit thinking you can't do this. Anybody can do this. Real estate has created massive amounts of wealth for people. I have never lost money in 35 years, never lost money in a real estate deal. Do you want to change? Hey, welcome. It's it's Cardone Zone, Grant Cardone right here to show you how to get into the real estate game. Look, if you got dreams, your family's got dreams, like my family's got dreams. We were dreaming this weekend. And the one thing you got to do to have a dream is you got to have a dream. The second thing you got to do is you got to not be distracted by all the noise out there. Supposedly, our boy, the Irishman, Connor's retiring, not. Bitcoin's going to 150,000, probably not today. We want to defund the police now. Okay, new thing going on, defund the police. I say before we defund the police, let's defund the IR and the S. And then the coronavirus. I don't even know where the coronavirus went. I think everybody completely forgot about whether we had a virus. Sabrina, do you think we had an actual virus?
No.
Sabrina thinks the whole thing was a scam right from the get-go. And she's like, Papa, look, if we're going to have a coronavirus, let's go to some great house that we have somewhere out in the wilderness when the second round of Corona comes, called Castile. Johnny, can you show something, Johnny? Sabrina and I, we do this on the weekends. My wife, the kids, we go on the internet and we look at homes. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can show you this great place. She gets so excited when she sees this place. Where's the website for it? Oh yeah, this is called Castile Creek Retreats. Look, to dream, man. And everybody wants to have a great place to go to on the weekends. I think we all have that in common. Like, one day I'm going to go to this great, fantastic vacation place or this house or whatever. I'm going to show you this residence. It is just breathtaking.
Dang.
430 acres. It's got $1 million bridge. The place is ridiculous, okay? It's set out. Here, let's just play the video, Johnny. Everything starts with a dream, folks. Got to have a dream first.
Whoa.
Sabrina wants this place so bad, okay? Is it bugging out, Johnny?
A little bit.
Huh?
Issues are never good.
Oh man, the connection's making this place look bad, but it is so super fantastic. I don't know why it would do that to me, Johnny. Why would anybody do that to me, huh? Sabrina, get out of the shot, okay? This place is fantastic. The place that you want, I'm sure is would be even better than this. See, so many photos here. But look, dreaming's not the problem. It's making a dream a reality. Look at this joint. That's $1 million bridge. They cut it through the trees rather than lowering the road down to the ground to the base. Can you see that the bridge there, Johnny?
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We
see. You got to talk like you're a radio guy, Johnny.
Yeah.
You got a radio face.
We.
So this is why am I showing this to you today? Because this is real estate, folks. Monday we talk real estate on the Cardone Zone, and nothing with all the disagreements in the world today. I mean, I literally can't come on this show without wearing my "I apologize in advance" T-shirt because I know I'm gonna say something to offend somebody today. But there's one thing that brings us all together, and that is the dream of owning some piece of property. Something where we can live, enjoy our family, grow our family, be at peace, be happy. Real estate has been that thing for me that for years, ever since I was a little kid, even 8, 9, 10 years old, I used to ride around in my dad's car, and my dad would tell me, real estate, it'll never let you down, okay? When you grow up, find a piece of real estate, buy a piece of real estate, be the landlord, own real estate, own something real. And today, I took his advice. It took me a little while to get there, but I started buying real estate. So every week, I spend today talking to you about how you can go get your piece of real estate. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to buy a duplex. We've had people ask us to do this show multiple times, how to buy a duplex. So if you're looking it up on the internet, this should search really well. Duplex, 2 units, not 1, but 2. Okay, how do I get 2 units? Actually, you could establish this to 2, you could go 4, you could go 3 in between. Anything 4 and below to 0, you can probably get a 3% loan on, okay? And that's why a lot of people like the duplex game, because they're like, it's easy to get a deal, it's easy to get a loan. I could live in one side and rent out the other side. You probably won't do that. You'll change your mind halfway into the deal. I'm going to actually go on LoopNet right now and show you some deals. Now, Johnny, will this show part in the corner and part me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beautiful. Johnny, you got it sounded. So I went into LoopNet and I said, hey, 3 units, or let me just go back and show you what I found. I went to LoopNet. I picked a city, South Carolina. I picked a state, actually. Boom, all these units pop up. 798 Webster, 1.5 million, too big. 402 North Markley Street, 500,000, 10,000 square feet, too big. 32 units in Anderson. Florence, $4 million, too big. Oh, 3 units, 1309 Woodrow Street. There's a free service called LoopNet. 3 units. Oh, wow, it's over landscaped. Nobody's trimming. That's good. I can make money right there on that. Value add, in this case, is a value subtract, not a value add. I actually just go trim trees and I can make money. That's what I talk about. I can breathe on a place and increase the value of it. Because some things you want to look for that they're just not paying attention to. In this case, they're not paying attention to the landscaping, or they're not spending money. Extremely large units, realizable upside on the rents, and underutilized, oversized lot. This particular property may benefit by up to 25% savings on property, taxable value, and taxes, okay? Somebody didn't even write that right. So this is probably a self-managed property, okay? This is how you do the deal. I'm gonna show you how to do this deal. By the way, this might make a little money on this deal. Somebody's ignoring this. I know they're ignoring the landscaping. It's so easy to walk out there and just trim the trees. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So if they're not paying attention to that, what else aren't they paying attention to? Like if you can't clean your car out, I guarantee you your kitchen looks the same way. And if you can't clean both those up, your office will look that way, because your mind is all messed up. That's why you don't clean your kitchen or your car or your office. Okay?
Humans are creatures of habit.
Stuff, huh?
Creatures of habits.
You got bad habits, okay? Man, I'm looking fresh today. This lights is good in here today,
Yeah,
Johnny.
that's what I'm saying.
All right, so what we have here is a 2 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath units. It says it has $26,700 worth of income. I think I can operate that for 70%. 30% of it's going to go to expenses. So I'm basically going to multiply the gross number. Now, if these are bigger deals, if you've heard me talk about 300 unit deals, when I go from 300 units to 4 units or 2 units, you're going to see me change the numbers. So don't hold me back to my 60% number that I typically use in the show. I'm going to go to 70% because I'm going to self-manage this property. 70% of 26.7 should be somewhere around $19,000. It's going to be about $7,800 for expenses. And let me see. Let me just do the math here. See if I'm close. 26.7 times 0.7, $18,690, okay? Now, how much is the property going to be? I think they want $309,000 for the property. Is that right? Price per unit's $103,000. There's a thing called the 1% rule, okay? If you're paying $100,000 a unit, $100,000 a unit, if you can collect $1,000, in this case 1% of the $100,000, you got a good deal for sure. Okay, I know I can go below that and still a good deal. This is called the 1% rule. If I can buy something for $100,000 a unit, in this case, this property, they want $300,000 for the property. That would be $300,000. There's 3 units. That's $100,000 a unit. If I can get $1,000 a unit, which I don't think they're getting that here. There's 2 units that have 1,400 square feet. Wow, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get that much. Let me just find out what they're renting these for. I could call the Stevenson group right here, and they would tell me. Let's see what they're saying about the rent. And our number is 305-865-8668 while I learn this, while I find out. USC, downtown Columbia provides stable investments, low vacancy rates. Well, let me just do the math, okay? I don't know what the rent is here. So I'm just gonna take the $26,000 that they gave me that piece of data, $26,000, divided by 12, divided by 3. 26,000. So you got to know how to do the math, folks. Okay, real estate is about multiplication and division. It is not about adding and subtracting. If you're going to add, don't do this game. Okay, just go do some other dumb game. All right, that's the problem with America. The middle class America never learned how to multiply. They learned how to add. They're great at adding and they're super great at subtracting. I got to reduce my expenses. If you want to get rich, you got to multiply. That's why Jay-Z said in that song, what did he say, Sabrina? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 20 million. I'm so good at math because he finally learned how to multiply. 26,000 divided by 12, divided by 3. The rents on this property are $722 a month. Okay, some of these units are 1,400 square feet. There's no reason for anything to rent for $700 if it's 1,400 square feet. Just doesn't make any sense, at least to me. Unless the interiors look like the exterior. Can you show the property again, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
See, they kind of do, don't they? Look at the backyard. Backyard's completely ignored. If you do that to your girlfriend, she will leave. Okay? She will leave, she should leave. I don't know why she got involved with you. Okay, the front door's ignored. The kitchens have not been rehabbed. Okay, it's that old 60s kitchen. You're never going to get an increase in rents there.
It's like Chattahoochee.
Okay, and by the way, the next person's not going to want to buy this place either. So you're not going to have a lot of attention on this asset right now. You're going to call Brian Poirier and say, Brian, I love your property. I want your property. You got to learn to pitch. I'm going to be spending time tonight on our mentor call, our first of 4 weeks mentoring people on how to buy real estate. If you want to join me for that, you're down to like 6 hours to do that. Grab it, grantcardone.com/invest, grantcardone.com. I'm going to teach you how to invest in real estate. So your first deal is going to make you money. You'll buy your second deal. If the first 2 deals make money, trust me, you're going to end up with 20 units. You'll end up with 20 deals, not 20 units. You'll probably go 2 units, 4 units, and then you're gonna be like, Skip, I'm gonna go do 20 units at a time. You're gonna end up with 28 units. That could happen this year, by the way, okay? Now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make money on this deal. I'm gonna scorch this deal. So I'm gonna try to tell the guy I love the deal. Remember my 1% rule. I know right now I can make money on this deal at $722 a month because I know there's $1,000 a month rent there. I just need to spend a little bit of money. I'm going to probably put this deal under contract for $300,000. I'm going to get a 30-day and a 30-day. I'm going to get a 30-day due diligence to do my homework. Really, that's going to be to renegotiate the price of the property. And then I'm going to get 30 days to close the deal. And I'm possibly going to get an extension of another 30 days to work with my bank just in case. Whatever, okay? I'm gonna tell them, hey, I'm gonna give you $30,000 as a down payment that will become non-refundable at 60 days. I will have closed the deal by then. These people don't know what they're doing. I've done more real estate than everybody on this sheet of paper. So I know what I'm doing, and I can share that intellect with you tonight on our mentor call. How you find a deal is one thing. How you negotiate a deal, another thing. 3, how you close a deal as we negotiate. Because I'm going to tell them, hey, dude, I'm good on the 300. Seems like it's a great deal to me. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. Can you repeat after me? It's a great deal. I love the deal. I want the deal. I got to have the deal.
It's a great deal. It's a great deal.
Say it, Johnny.
It's a great deal.
Great deal. Okay, we ought to put Sabrina on the mic and let her say, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Like a little boy. My name's Glenn, and this is a great deal. Inside joke, right, Sabrina? Okay, so watch. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in there and do some due diligence on the deal because where I really want to be on this deal. Where I really want to be on this deal is like $75,000 a unit times 3. I really want to be at 225. I don't know if I can get it to 225. Oops. I really want to be at 225 on this deal because that gets me right in the neighborhood of that 1% rule. 225 divided by 3 is $75,000 a unit. It's getting a $675 rent right now. I know I can raise these rents. And if this is, 722 rent. So I'm all over the deal, right? But what I want to do is I also want to rehab those kitchens. I want to rehab the exterior, clean up the landscaping, and I want to clean up the interiors of the property. And if the location is as good as I think it is, I think I have a property that will rent for $1,100, $1,200 a month, not $722 a month, okay? So watch how the deal works, okay? If I can get to a $1,200, let's say $1,000, let's say a $1,200 rent. I think that's fair. I mean, I'm in Miami, so.
I mean, that's a pretty big unit right there, 1,200 square feet.
It's
That's huge.
1,400 square feet. The two of these units are 1,400 square feet.
That's pretty big. You know, that sounds fair to me.
Yeah, of course it does. One unit's 764. So let's say we get 1,200 for 2 units, and the other unit we get $1,000 for. Okay, that'll be good to have that mix in there. Or maybe I live in one of them. Maybe I live in the one unit. But don't give your good stuff away, folks. Sell the good stuff. Okay, you eat the leftovers. You guys want to get rich. You dream big. You be frugal in the process. Dream big. Be frugal while you're paying the price. Let them pay the extra money. So let's say I get 2 units at $1,200. That's $2,400 a month, and this unit goes up for $1,000. That's $3,400 a month times 12. 3,400 times 12 is going to be. I can normally do this in my mind, but faster. What is that? 34,000 plus 6,800. That's going to be $40,000. 3,400 times 12. I keep doing it wrong. How much is it? 40,800 times 0.70. Okay, 40,800. 28,560. That's called my N-O and my I. Okay, I'm going to get a loan on this deal. Let's say we end up with what they want for the property, 300.
Yes, sir.
300, and let's say I spend another. Let's say I paid their price. Yeah, that's what I need, Johnny. Thank you. 300. Let's say I spend another $10,000 a unit fixing it up. Okay, to fix those kitchens up. I'm at 330. I'm going to put $10,000 down to buy this deal. Okay, I bought a $10,000 asset. I put $10,000 of garbage paper down. Okay, that pieces of paper. I put a little bit of debt on the deal. I borrowed $320,000 from the bank. It's easy to get that loan, by the way. I'll be sharing with you how to do that tonight. I'm going to multiply that times 0.0525. That cost me $16,800 in debt. You want debt. You want debt. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your Uncle Ralph, okay? I'm telling you, you want debt. Debt is cheap today. You want to borrow money to buy assets. You don't want to borrow money to go to Target. You want to borrow money to get assets. You guys will go in debt for Christmas. You'll go in debt for the Easter Bunny, but you won't go in debt when you got an asset. You'll go in debt to buy your own house. I'm not buying a house for me. I'm buying a house for other people to live in. They can pay the rent to me, okay? So this is going to be what, $12,000, $11,640 or something? How close am I?
$11,760.
Okay, so I was off by $80. $760. Sorry. A night at the movies. Okay. Okay, so $11,000. Now that is a net cash flow. How much money did I put down on this deal?
$10K.
$10,000. I got all my money back in year 1 plus $1,700. Would you buy this deal? I'd buy every deal I could find like this. If you could get there, okay? If you could get there. By the way, that's at that $300,000 number. Remember what I told you I would do? I would renegotiate with these people. I didn't in my scenario. Because in my book and in my program, in our deep dive, I'm like, you can negotiate the price, but you should make your decision based on the full price. If you can't make a decision to buy something based on the full price, don't buy the deal. Make a decision. I can own this place for the full price and then do everything you can to negotiate. By the way, I'll do everything I can to get this thing back to $225, because watch what happens now. $225 plus the $30,000. Now I'm at $255 all in on the deal. I'm going to put $10,000 down again to buy the deal. I'm sure we got callers on right now, right, Johnny?
Yes, sir. We're loaded up.
245 times 0.0525. I'm going to be paying debt down while I do this. 255. Hey, look, if I've lost you here, and I probably have, the payments are $13,387. Okay, notice I got a lower price, but my income's still the same, isn't it?
Yes,
Oops.
sir.
Okay, when I got a lower price, did that change my income?
Not at all.
No, my income doesn't change. My NOI doesn't change either. 40,000 is my income, 28,560. Between here is my expenses. Okay, so the $12,000 right here I'm spending to take care of the property, clean the landscaping, mow the place, electric bill, water bill, taxes, etc. 28,560. Oops, wrong way. 28,560. Okay, so I'm going to 7, 16, 8, 1. What is this? $15,000. 15,000. What did I put down? The same $10,000.
$10K.
Now I made 50% of my money and was paid back in the first year to own the property. Would you buy this deal? Come on. Call your grandmother.
Now, G, you talked about
Call your grandma. Say, Grandma, I need 10 grand and I need you to co-sign on the loan for me. Like, I can't get a loan. I got bad credit. Okay. Well, quit telling me what you don't have and telling me that you got dreams. Okay? Tell me you got some dreams that your kids. How many pages last night did you read, Sabrina?
100.
Okay? Go back to my dreams, baby. Okay? Dreams. What would you guys you guys want to live in the property. You're going to pick the best unit out for yourself. I got dreams. See that property right there? How you going to buy that? Okay? How you going to buy this beast? A second house in the mountains when you know you shouldn't. It's ridiculous, okay? Nobody needs this. Sabrina wants it though, you know? Look, how about all this equipment right here? I could go snowmobiling this weekend. Dreams, baby, dreams. Real estate can make your dreams come true. So I told Sabrina when we were looking at this, I'm like, Sabrina, like, I got to figure out how to pay for it. I can't just buy something because if I buy it, she's like, well, Papa, how much is it, okay? This place is ridiculous. Johnny, what do you think it is?
Damn, I would guess it's probably like 50 million.
No, it's 78 million.
Oh,
I'm like,
dang.
oh my God, how do you do that? But look, forget. Let's say somebody gives me 70. Annie gives me 78 million and says, Grant, you buy it. I still got to take care of it. There's 5 people that live there. There's an electric bill, a water bill. There's taxes every year. There's $1 million bridge that's got to be taken care of. There's snow that's got to be removed. Like, it's not just buying something, it's keeping it. Now, how can you do that? You can't even do that with your job. 40 million people lost their job unexpectedly in March. They're like, oops, lost my job. You can't keep your job. How are you going to keep your house? Okay? Because you guys don't plan. What happens is you think the world is a nice place, and it's not. This planet is brutal. Okay? It's a brutal place. You have to get assets. Assets that cash flow are the only thing that's going to take care of you. I just showed you two units. In today's show, I'm going to show you, that was a 3-unit deal. We need to change this to how to buy a triplex.
How to buy a triplex.
Okay. I'm going to show you a duplex today, and I'm going to show you a 16-unit deal. And tonight is the first of 4 weeks where I mentor an exclusive group of people on buying deals, finding deals, best markets, how to buy the deal, how to negotiate the deal, how would I get a $75,000 discount, when do I go hard on my $30,000 in this deal. There's so much in this one example that you guys should be asking me about right now. I looked on the internet this morning, pulled up South Carolina. Give me any city in the country, and I'll show in your backyard, I'll show you a way to make $1 million. I would keep this property 1 year. Watch what I'm going to do with this property. I would clean it up, landscape it, manicure it, make it look perfect. I'd get some long-term tenants in there, 3 years, and I'd go back to the marketplace and say, look what I did to my deal here. Okay? Gross income of $40,000 a year, net income of $16,800. Watch what I'm going to do. $16,800 of NOI. I'm going to go to somebody and say, hey, I got a property that can make you 8% on your money. How much was the NOI?
It was 15K.
No, 28.5.
Oh, sorry about that.
28.
After
Sorry
expenses.
about that. 28.5 without me raising the rents, by the way. 28.5 divided by 0.08. Let me see. No, I changed the rents, didn't I? Is this what? $1,000? What did I say? 3,400? 3,400? Yeah, 3,400. So I'm going to go back and say to the banks, there's my NOI. This is the important number, okay? I was getting confused here with these other numbers. $28,560 divided by 0.08 says the property is now worth $357,000. $357,000. What did I pay for the place? I'm going to try to pay the $225 plus the $30. Okay, $255,000. I'm going to be like, wow, do I sell it here? No, you wouldn't sell it right here. You just keep getting the cash flow. It's going to cash flow forever. I might go back to the bank and say, hey, bank, give me a new loan on this deal with 3% down. And they would be like, yeah, sure, $10,000. We'll give you $347 on the property. What did I pay for it? $255. I could actually get a check for $70,000 and still own the property and still get the cash flow. You can't do it without assets. You cannot go to the bank because you have a job and say, give me a loan because I work hard. It doesn't work like that. Callers.
All right.
Real estate that produces income.
We got Edwin from Little Rock.
Edwin, do you have a question or you have a deal? By the way, I found a deal in Little Rock that I want to show you, Edwin.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. What's going on, Grant? I had a question about multifamily portfolios when it comes down to the due diligence, because it's going to be where the first deals are going to be traded at. It's going to be at the institutional levels first before it gets down to the bottom people. So I wanted to ask you more about that. What's the top 5 things you're looking for? Because it's going to be a little faster than a normal due diligence period.
It's going to be faster. Why is it going to be faster?
Well, I'll say it'd be faster because everyone is loading up for September, October, November, December, and those institutions already have planned to get out like Houston and Orlando at the end of the year. So I wanted to ask you about that for multifamily portfolios. What's your biggest things you're looking for for due diligence?
Look, number one thing I'm looking for on due diligence. Are you talking about the physical part of the property?
Well, I'm just speaking in general because it's about just getting the deal. You gotta get the deal, regardless.
Yeah. No, but when you say due diligence, what do you first think of?
I think of what you already have in front of you, the actual numbers. And
Yeah. That's right. That's what I'm thinking of. The first thing I think of with due diligence, some people think, the roof. They think of the plumbing. They think, is it PVC or is it copper, right? But really, what I think about first is the rent roll. Is the rent roll real? Say that 3 times.
Is the rent roll
real
real?
fast? Rent roll real. Rent roll real. Sabrina, is the rent roll real? Pay attention. Come on.
Is the rent roll real?
You have a chance to learn how to run $1 billion empire here. Pay attention. Come sit right up here and pay attention. Okay? So due diligence. First thing, I'm going to look at the profit and loss statement. Okay? I'm going to look at the rent roll. I'm going to look at what they have for expenses, what they've done for rehab. We've done so much to improve the property. Really, show it to me. Okay? Show me what you've done. Show me what you've done. Okay? Then I'm going to also look at the physical aspects of the property. This is going to include leases here. The physical aspects, which is going to include roof, plumbing, water, anything to do with the running of the property, boards, siding, paint, landscaping. I'm looking for reasons to buy the property, by the way. When I'm doing due diligence, I'm looking for 2 things: reasons to buy the property and reasons to renegotiate the price. I am never looking for a reason not to buy. By the time I write a deal,
Let me ask you this. So when it comes down to, because you know what's going to happen, before the bank gives it out to these auctions, they're going to give it to people like you first. So that's my question I really want to get into, because banks, sometimes when they give you things, it's not necessarily the best thing. It's not a good idea. It's not good sometimes.
Yeah, so you're talking about distressed properties in October, November, December
Exactly.
because of the economy. See, this 2-unit, the 2-unit, the 4 units, the 3 units, the smaller units, that's what ends up going back to the bank first. These big properties that I own, they don't go back to the banks. The bank's going to call they're going to call Blackstone. Cardone's going under, man. You want his deals? They're going to be like, yeah, boom. I got a phone call Friday. There's a big group here in town. They own big ships. You know the name of the company?
I do.
Okay. Anyway, they call me up and say, hey, man, we got a 650. We have to sell it. A 650, Gulfstream 650, because the company's in trouble. So they need to cash out of assets. They don't need to advertise that they're selling a plane. We got 2 of these. We'd like to get rid of them kind of quietly.
Somebody's like, I know a guy.
So you're like, how do you get in line? Yeah, you need like, hey, I'm coming here. You probably, if you're looking to buy something distressed, like you need to keep your due diligence down to like 7 days. And
Right,
then,
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, and then go hard. Like, hey, I need 7 days. You need to run you need to run over there, and you need to do everything you can because you're buying cheap anyway. You should be buying on the cheap. You're going to go there. Okay, the roof's going to cost me 20 grand. The plumbing's going to cost me 20 grand. The boards are going to cost me 20 grand. The paint's going to cost me 20 grand. The siding's going to cost me 20 grand. The tenants are garbage, whatever, right? And then it's going to be vacant for 6 months. You're taking a chance now. I bought a 360 unit deal once for $8 million. I put $400,000 down. It was a distressed deal, 2010, just like you're talking about, in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. I put 400 grand down. I flew in on a red eye, walked the property that day, had a contract in their hand 2 hours later and said, I'll pay this much for the property. I'll go hard in 7 days. I was in California at the time. I'll do everything I can to get my due diligence done in 7 days. One of the buildings was burnt. Okay, I went and did my math, 360. I didn't need a rent roll. You got to know what you're doing here. I don't need anybody to give me anything to figure out what something's worth. All I need is a computer. You give me a computer, I'm just going to do the math now, okay? And I started doing the rents here. If the rents are $800, if it's 72% occupied, if those numbers are true, it was going to pay me 10% a year. If I could get it from 72% to 90% just by treating people right, that means the 18% was all net on top of that 12%. I made $13 million on that one deal because I knew what I was doing. Guys, join me tonight. Join me tonight at this mentor program. Once you know what you're doing, you can do anything. Okay? Weapons. If you got a gun, if you got a firearm and you know how everything about that gun, you're not going to be scared of that gun. Right? This telephone, nobody's scared of their telephone. They should be. They should be because you guys open it up sometime and look at stuff that'll kill you. Right? So this piece of property right here, let me show them this piece of property. Whoever built this piece of property right here, they want $78 million for this. I already know this will not sell for $78 million. Ain't nobody going to take advantage of me. The only people getting taken advantage of on this planet are people that don't know what they're doing. Now, they think it's worth $78 million, and they're going to find out not really, okay? Because at the high end of the market, what happens when you build a trophy property like this? More often than not, what people don't understand is you lose money on these deals. Okay, this is called the white elephant in real estate. Beautiful piece of land, and then they went and overbuilt it. You can do the same thing in apartments, but the difference is apartments have income. This property didn't have any income. This property is probably going to sell for $38 million. Probably be half. I could show you properties that were $60 million. Let me see if I can show you this. What was that property I was looking at last night? They wanted $60 million. Okay, somebody told me about it.
They sold it for 12.
Yeah, they sold it for $12 million. There's no market. There's no market for this stuff. There's this many people on the planet that want to buy this. Mike Bloomberg just bought a piece of property for $45 million in Meek, Colorado. Okay, huge ranch. It was developed by KKR. Okay, Kravis, a guy named Kravis. Super wealthy family. He probably got a phone call. Hey, Mike's one of the richest guys in the world. Mike, I want $45 million before I put it on the market. I've spent the last 30 years developing this piece of property. Before I put it out in the market, you want to buy it, you're the perfect family for it. He's probably like, yeah, man, here's a check for $40 million. Like throwing a quarter off a tape, like, here, yeah, take it, okay? He probably didn't even go to market with it. It's not like there was a bunch of guys going after a $45 billion ranch. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so Little Rock, Arkansas. Let me show you a deal, because I happened to look up Little Rock today. Didn't know you were going to call in. And I just put Little Rock in the computer. Look what I found. Okay, 1301 Louisiana Street, apartment 102 in Little Rock. And here's the property. Okay, this is for sale right now. Look at this property. This thing looks sweet to me. Once you get 1 unit under your belt, you're going to start looking for 2 units, 4 units. Next thing you know, you'll be looking at 8. Then you're going to be looking at 12 and 16. It's an easy game, folks. You do not have to go back to college to do this. Okay, you guys in New York, in Brooklyn, you're in Baltimore, you're in Chicago, you're pissed off because the game's not fair. It ain't fair. I don't know why you're so surprised it ain't fair. Dude, this ain't a black, white, brown game. This is a freaking green game, okay? It's a game about assets. You got to learn the asset game. Otherwise, you're going to get taken advantage of for the rest of your life. Don't be a renter. Be the owner. Rent where you live and own what you can rent to other people, okay? So this price is $2,100,000, 16 units, divided by 16. How much is that? Okay, it's $131,000. Remember my 1% rule. It's $131,000 a door. Okay, 1%, I need a $1,300 a month rent. Those things look like they could rent for $1,300 a month to me. $1,300, this deal screams. I don't even need to do the math. At $1,300 a month, this thing will scream. It will probably make 10 or 12% of my money. You can't make 10 or 12% every year for the next 30 years on anything, including Apple stock. Okay, you just can't get there. You can't tell me that Apple's going to go up another 10% this year, next year, the following year, fourth year, fifth year without taking a big hit. This property is illiquid. You buy it and you don't worry about it anymore. So this thing, different than the other one, and just tell me when you got another caller, Johnny. You're going to probably have to put $600,000 down on this deal to buy it. Boy, this thing started working good, Johnny. I think what we had done wrong was the steel part of it was never exposed.
I think you wore out to the steel part.
You think I wore it out?
Yeah.
I've worn out some things in my life.
But you live in a world of abundance.
The world of abundance. That'll give me another stick. Okay. All right. So average income in this marketplace, you see that within 3 miles of here is 94,000. Average household income is 44,000. Oh, that's a low income neighborhood, right? Total household income, wow, 16,000. Is that the number of people or the amount of money? Oh, total households, 16,000. Yeah, so it looks like a kind of low income. So can I afford 1,300 if the income's 44,000 a month? Household. It's kind of brutal. Does that seem brutal, y'all?
I mean, the units look pretty nice. I think.
I know, but the income in the neighborhood's $44,000. This must be Daryl Peoples. This must be Donald Peoples' brother. They're well-known developers. Okay, let's talk to our callers, Johnny, and see if we got another deal or a question.
All right, you got Randy in Atlanta.
Randy, what's going on in Atlanta, buddy? You got a deal or you got a question?
I got a deal, sir. Uncle G, how you doing, sir?
Good. I'm doing great, man. Sorry I had you on hold so long, but I start talking, and then the next thing you know, I start believing what I'm saying to myself. Get out of here.
All right, so I'm trying to get a better understanding. I'm just looking at deals and just trying to get a better understanding. So I got a 30-unit deal, and it's 815, 823 Cobb Drive, Marietta, Georgia.
Say, give me the address again.
It's 815, 823 Cobb Drive, Marietta, Georgia.
Spell it for me.
M-A-R-I.
No, I know how to spell Marietta. Spell the street.
Oh, the street? Well, let me just repeat it again.
Dude, you've never been to this property, have you?
No. Well, I live like 6 to 7 minutes away from it.
Okay. What's the address? It's 815. That's the address. It's not 815-823. That's the total property address. Okay, so it's 815 what?
823 S Cobb Drive, S.E. Marietta, Georgia.
S what, Johnny?
Could you repeat that one more time and let's make it loud and clear, my
Yeah,
friend?
come on, man. Spit it, man.
My bad, sir. It's 815, 823 S Cobb D-R-S-E, Marietta, Georgia.
What's the street name? I still don't understand the street name.
What's the street name, my friend?
Spell it. Spell the street. South
Spell
something.
it out.
Oh, it's South Cobb Drive. South Cobb Drive. That's the street name.
South Car Drive?
No, South Cobb. C-O-B-B.
C-O-D-E.
No, sir. It's C-O-B-B.
C-O-B-B.
Yeah, like
Dude, why'd you say that? Why didn't you say cob? Like corn on the cob.
It's Yeah, my bad, sir.
Why didn't you
My
say
bad.
that, man? God dang,
My bad.
man.
Over
God
here
dang, you're
jacking us
freaking me
around.
out, man.
My
You could have
bad,
just
sir.
said corn on the cob, Grant Cardone.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so this is 30 units. They want $2.4 million. I don't know if you're showing it, Johnny. It's $80,000 a unit. So what are the rents there? Do you know?
Well, the highest rent is $860, and the lowest is like $670.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm-
Look. If you can get all these rents to 800, we know we got a deal, right?
Yes,
30
sir, and I'm
30
trying-
times.
well, for the exit, I'm just trying to renovate from the inside, and I'm like, there's a big ass tree in the front, and I'm trying to take that out too, and that could probably like generate a little bit of some what's it called? Of some money, right? But like the thing is that I don't know I need to get my financing right, because I'm barely 17, sir. I'm trying to get more of a better understanding.
Yeah. Look, so this is kid. Listen to this kid. 17 years old. Hopefully my kids will grow up and be like him. Okay, Sabrina, I hope you grow up and be like this guy right here. This dude's 17 years old. He's looking at a $2 million
Yes, sir, 'cause
piece
nobody
of
believes me, sir. Nobody believes in me, sir. But I know I could do it, sir. This is easy, sir. Like, you give me a lot of hope, and thanks for that too. But yeah, I'm just trying to get in the motion. I'm just trying to get
Yeah.
in the deal.
This is what kids should be doing today, guys. This is, if you want to level the playing field, kids should be out. They shouldn't be going to school for 12 years. This is just ridiculous. We go to school for 12 years, much less 16 years. You know, he could be learning how to invest in his neighborhood, how to become a landlord, take care of his neighbors, take care of his people, man. Like, people need good places to live. They need $800 affordable, $800,000 a month places to live where you're taken care of. They're secure. They're protected. There's no fleas. There's no bugs. There's no, bed bugs and there's no bad people on the property. And somebody's taking care of it. And you're paid to own something, not just work someplace. That's possible in America. So look, for you to be 17, bro, you're going to have to figure out who's going to do the deal. You can't do this deal at 17. I think you got to be 18 to do a deal. I don't think a bank's going to take you serious right now. You probably don't have any credit, but that doesn't mean you can't orchestrate a deal. Meaning you would run the deal, manage the deal, take care of the deal, do all the work, do the sweat equity. I had a friend of mine, Dale Christensen. He was a counselor. He did drug interventions. He didn't know anything about real estate except that he liked it and he knew I was buying it and didn't have the time to manage it. He managed the real estate for me. I didn't pay him anything. I said, you manage it, I'll give you 25% of the upside. Once I make money, if we make money, if there's ever money in the future, dude, I'll pay you then. He's like, okay. He wasn't doing anything anyway. He didn't have too big an ego. He's like, yeah, I'll work for free, dude. I'll put in the time. He made like $9 million with me.
Dang.
But you got to be in it to win it, man. You guys don't need to do anything yourself. So I would tell you, 17, you ought to come work for me and help me find deals, or find a guy like me in that market. And you say, dude, put aside how old I am. Jesus was 33 and he'd already done his deal.
Alexander the Great was 16.
Alexander was great, 16, and he was doing everything. He couldn't get enough. Did everything. Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah.
Read between the lines. Everything. Did it all.
He had half the world.
Okay. Sabrina, you ever bring a guy like Alexander the Great home, it's going to be a problem. That dude was crazy. Okay. All right. Let's find a deal. Johnny, you got some more callers?
We're loaded up.
Loaded. Let me just talk to him then, okay? Man, I love this deal I found. I love this deal in Little Rock, Arkansas that I found. Sweet deal. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right, we got Corey in Knoxville.
Corey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Uncle G?
Come on, man. Come on. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, thanks, man. So I've been watching you a long time, and I figured out I ended up getting a house seller finance to me. So my question for you is, I got the seller finance at $70,000, and considering that it's seller finance, I was wondering, should I go to the bank and try to get a different deal, because I have 2 years to finance this in my name? So
Yeah,
should
I wouldn't
find
do it.
another
I
house?
would use the seller financing any place I could. Any place you can use seller financing, it's a great deal. Are you going are you going to transact a deal or transact an option?
Well, I've already put the 20% down. I'm living in the property. I'm going to rent the bottom out. And I'm living up top. But my question is, it's a 7% interest rate. So I was wondering, should I refinance this in my name?
Yeah.
Or should I buy my time with the 2 years and invest in another deal and wait that 2 years to
Yeah.
refinance
So
it?
how big's the deal? How big a loan did you take out with the guy?
Like I said, I paid 20% down. I haven't taken out any loans.
Okay. Well, how much was the property?
$70,000.
The property was $70,000, and you put 14 grand down.
Correct.
Okay, good. So you financed $56,000. I mean, look, you're going to go to the bank and you're going to get a loan for 5%. So it's going to save you what? 2%. It's going to save you $1,000 a year. $1,000 is nobody's problem. You guys got to quit worrying about the little stuff. I don't mind having this 7% loan. I've had 7% loans before. I don't even. Oh, you got a terrible loan. Okay, but I got a good piece of property.
Right.
You know, it ain't perfect.
So
I ain't perfect. Like, I don't need my deal to be perfect. Shit, I ain't perfect. And I got to sleep with myself. So I don't care about this over here. What I do care about is this 14 you put down, because you don't need to have that much money in that deal. If you're living in that deal, dude, you should be able to. How long you been there?
Only about 2.5 months. I'm trying to rehab it while I live here, and then I'm going to rent out the bottom and then rent the top. But I was looking to, should I buy another deal? Use my credit basically to buy another deal.
What I would do, this is what I
would.
would do. I would get your rehab done, okay? Get your rehab done, and then I would go to the bank and I would refinance this deal and get your money out. The interest rate's not the problem. Again, you guys got to know what your real problems are. Tonight I'm going to be sharing that with you today to redirect people. Rate's not his issue, but that's what he's calling about. What I want him to do is get that 14 grand out of that property. So this is what I would tell you to do. I would tell you to finish your rehab while you're there as quick as you can. Then what I want you to do is I want you to get a tenant, a 24-month agreement from a lease for somebody to rent that from you. What do you think it'll rent for once you're done?
$850 at least.
Yeah, what do you pay?
$950
Okay, good. So, well, we know it's a deal at $850, right? He paid 70 grand
Right.
for
My
it.
mortgage is $700.
Yeah. So what I want you to do though is I want you to go to the bank and on that deal I want you to get $12,000 of your money back.
Okay.
And then I
Can
want
ask
you to rent
a
it.
personal question?
No. I want to finish telling you what's important. I want you to go find somebody that'll rent from you at $850 a month. That'll pay you $10,200 a year. Okay. Your note to the bank is going to be times 67. Your bank's going to be $3,500 a month, and you're going to make yourself $7,000 a year. $7,000 a year with $2,000 down. You're going to make 4 times your money in year one. Now you can ask me another question.
So you used to put up a lot of videos about feeling like you were going to die every day and dealing with the stresses of life. Do you still deal with that?
Do I still feel? Yeah, dude, I think about dying every day.
So do I. How do you get past that?
I try not to die that day. Best way to get through it is to go ahead and live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the other thing, bro, we need to figure out who's on your lines. What's called on your lines. Who's connected to you that's maybe not survival for you. You know, it could be people in your life today. It could be people that remind you of people that were in your life. It could be something you just need to handle, right, and get rid of. But, dude, today I wonder, man, am I going to be alive or am I going to be, like that piece of property I was showing you earlier, my daughter Sabrina wants it. I'm like, okay, but what if I go there, we buy it, 5 years from now, something happens to me?
Right.
Who's going to take care of the property?
You built an empire for her.
Yeah, but somebody's got to pay for that property. Empires have to be defended. So you waking up every day, worried about dying, dude, it might not be a bad thing. It might not be like some negative thing. It might be like, hey, I got a responsibility. I got to live. Okay? So maybe you being worried about dying is like you're haunted by this idea that you could do something great. That's why I think about dying every day. I'm like, man, I want to do something great. I ain't done it yet. You got the world tearing itself apart right now. Like, over stuff that, like, I mean, it's crazy right now. And I can't tell anybody that what they're doing is wrong, because it's what they have their attention on. I just know I need to make a difference. I don't need to have an opinion, because everybody's got an opinion. They like what? What are opinions like?
You know.
What do they like?
They're like haircuts. They're there one day, the next day it's a little
They
different.
like haircuts. Sabrina, you need a new haircut, by the way.
We got Michael from Virginia.
Yeah. Folks, the best way not to die is
To live.
to live. The best way to change is to change. The only way to invest is to invest. You got to start investing. And it starts with investing in you. My life changed when I started improving my life, then when I got good at my job, and then when I got some money, and then when I started investing in real estate. So you can change, you can improve your life, but if you don't get good at your job, if you just improve your life and go to AA meetings forever and you never improve the rest of your life, guess what? You're just going to be a dry drunk for 40 or 50 years. We've all met that guy. He quit drinking 37 years ago. Nothing about his life has improved except his one big, I quit drinking 30s. I quit drinking back in 1934.
They give you your name. They're like, my name's John, and I'm a recovered alcoholic.
And that's all I am. And that's all I'm ever going to be, because you're not working on the rest of your life, man. Good for you, bro. Now move on. How about that car? That car looks like it needs some recovery.
Dang. Your family needs a recovery.
Man, I need some examples. Jay-Z, look at that guy. That guy recovered his life, man. We would not know Jay-Z if he was still flipping 8 balls. He started investing in assets. He talks about them all the time.
All right, we got Michael in Virginia.
Michael in Virginia, what's going on? Great real estate market, by the way, in the right counties.
What's up, Uncle G?
Come on, man. What's happening, player?
Not much, man. Not much. I got a question for you.
Where in Virginia are you, real quick?
I'm in Manassas, Virginia.
Manassas.
Northern Virginia.
Yeah, I know Manassas. I used to make money in Manassas.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
You damn right it's good.
My question is, when I read your book about real estate how to invest in real estate, when it comes to the down payment, you say your rule is to either do 25 to 35% down for the deal.
Yeah.
How do you know which percentage that you'll put down? Like, say, how would you know to put 35% down as opposed to putting 25% down?
Well, you're going to know. You're going to know. First of all, the lender is never going to let you get over your skis. That's why so many of you think that this, like, because of the COVID thing and everything, oh my God, there's going to be so many great, Grant Cardone's going to lose all his real estate. You know, the people that said that about me, like, all they did was basically wear a T-shirt saying that they know nothing about real estate, because they don't even know what I put down. You can't lose $100 million asset if you put $40 million down. I mean, and if you're going to lose it, you're not going to lose it this weekend. You got a little ways to go before you go through the whole 40 million. Probably take more than 1 or 2 months. Now, how did I know to put 40 million on this deal, which was 40%, not 35, 28, 25, or 23? The more you put down, the better you're going to be, because you don't lose anything. And in real estate, the number one rule is don't lose the real estate. So, like in Monopoly, as long as you don't lose it, if you can keep the real estate, put a house on it, okay? And then put a hotel on it one day. If you can keep it, you're probably going to win the game. Okay? But if you buy too much real estate too fast in Monopoly, and you end up with no money, and then the next thing that happens is you go to jail and you can't come up with 200 and you can't roll doubles, guess what? You're going to bust out and you're going to bankrupt. So the reason you want to put more down is so you don't over leverage the deal. But the bank is going to use what's called a DCR. DCR stands for debt coverage ratio. And they're going to require that you get at least 125%, somewhere between 120 and 125. It might be 135 right now. The higher, the more you put down. 125% of your debt must be covered by your NOI. So if my debt, let's say I took let's say it's a $3 million deal, okay, and I borrowed $2 million, and the principal and interest This is a principal and interest calculation, okay? Let's say that number is going to be $120,000 a year. Is that about right on $2 million? Yeah, it's 105,000, okay? This is going to be like 105,000. That's going to be my debt. Okay? The bank is going to want my income, my net operating income to be in the 130 neighborhood. So just use that calculation. If you read my book, there's a whole chapter there on the DCR. If you didn't get it out of the book, grab the video program. You guys that are on our mentor program, if you're involved in my mentor program, you have the video program. You have the basic intro level to multifamily investing, plus the advanced, which goes over DCRs, exits, leverage, how much money down, negotiating the transaction. It also talks in there about how to get interest-only loans in the video program, the advanced program. And tonight, starting tonight at what time, Johnny?
At 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to spend the next 4 weeks with an exclusive group of people in a mentoring program. The website's grantcardone.com/invest, grantcardone.com/invest. Guess what it is? grantcardone.com/invest. I was going to put in there invest with confidence, invest for sure, invest where you only make millions, but the URLs got a little complicated. So we said grantcardone.com/invest. Look, I promise you this, folks. If you don't invest in real estate, you're going to look up one day, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, and say, damn, wish I would have invested. Okay? My kids will look up in the year 2050. So just do the math, okay? Do 8,000 units times 1,500. I started this thing by talking about dreams. You got to start dreaming. You need to start looking at stuff you could buy. Somebody owns this stuff. I can go on the internet. Every property in America, somebody owns it. You own it. They own it. Okay, the bank owns it. The city, the state owns it. Somebody owns that real estate. So when you're driving around your car today, start dreaming, man, I could own that, I could own that, I could own that. Don't worry about how to own it, just worry that you got to get it here first, okay? 8,000 times 15, what is that? It's $12 million a month times 12. It's $144 million a year.
That's a lot of cheese.
In gross income. What you don't know is that another 5% of that will be other income, which is, how much is that? 5% of 144 million?
44, 5%.
Another $7 million comes from washers, dryers, late fees. We love late fees. Can you please be late this month? Okay? Late fees pay money, man. Okay? Application fees, credit checks. There's a business. This is a business. Now, when I was a kid, when I was 25 years old, I'm like, I'm going to be a real estate guy one day. I wasn't dreaming this big. You should. I didn't have anybody on video telling me every day, go big, man, go big at least in your mind. It doesn't cost anything. It costs nothing for you to dream big. Okay? 7 million, so that's $151 million a year. If I have an NOI of 60% of that, that means my NOI is 200. No. Let me see. I know, Johnny. I know. They're telling me, hey, let's go. It's $90 million in NOI. Okay. Divide that by 0.05 and you'll see the portfolio is worth $1.8 billion. I didn't even hear the word billion until I was like 55 years old. Never even thought about it. What I was doing was looking at big deals the whole time. Okay, I bought one unit first. Start with 1 unit. Start with 2 units. Start with 4 units. But damn it, start. Quit spending all your time making somebody else rich. You spend 40 hours working for somebody else. Spend another 40 working for yourself, figuring out how you can buy real estate. You ain't going to be the next founder of Netflix. You ain't going to be the next Mark Z with Zuckerberg. Okay? You ain't going to be the next Ray Kroc. I'm just telling you guys, you're not going to be it. If I'm talking to you right now, you are not going to be the founder of Google. You're not one of the Google boys. You're probably not going to be the next Sarah Blakely that finds the next super cool, what is it?
Spanx.
Spanx.
a cool name.
You ain't gonna be the founder of Baidu because you ain't Chinese. But you could buy a piece of real estate in your town. Okay, you don't need to go back to college. You don't need to go to Silicon Valley. You don't need to know how to write code. You don't even need to be on social media, man. The people that are buying real estate don't even have a Facebook page. You could do this. I'll start teaching you how to do it tonight. grantcardone.com/invest. It's $997 for 4 weeks, and I give you $20,000 worth of video training, introductory, and deep dive, as well as my resource book, which I don't have up here right now. My resource book, which goes over due diligence, PSAs, titles, how to do due diligence, okay? The due diligence check and walk through, the loan application, everything you need. The PSA, which would cost you $10,000 or $12,000. I'm gonna give you these 2 books. You'll have those in 3 or 4 days. We'll start tonight at 8 o'clock. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for listening. You guys on Sirius XM Business Radio, thank you for being part of the Cardone Zone. Every week I come to you to talk about your business, your money, your finance, your career. And today on the Cardone Zone, we talk to you about how to buy your first duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Thanks for being here.
Get in the zone. Cardone Zone.
Do you want to change the quality of your life? I can show you how to do this. I've done it myself. You got to quit thinking you can't do this. Anybody can do this. Real estate has created massive amounts of wealth for people. I have never lost money in 35 years, never lost money in a real estate deal. Do you want to